Good evening, everyone. Ali Sharki here at Mind to Wealth, and we have the amazing Bradley Chapman today with us, and we're gonna be asking him a few questions because he is one of the people I always, inspire to, and he's a very strong character. So I decided to interview him as one of my first guests. Now turn the table, and he's gonna be interviewed now. Bradley, first of all, tell us about yourself. Today we're going to be talking about the persistent, focus and determination attitude because we're going through a hard time. Many people are struggling. Many people are losing job. Many people are losing hope. Many people are losing encouragement. Many people are received the punch and they decided to stay down. They don't feel like they can't get up anymore. How do you do it? Because I know many times you've been receiving a punch in your end, and how did you get up? What is inside you? What is the secret?
Listen, thanks for having us on, Alice. It's really strange to be on the other side of the camera from doing so many interviews during my life. But look, I'm just an average. I'm an average guy. Really, I am. I'm just an average guy. But what I want to achieve is probably not average. And I think there is something inside each and every one of us, and I think we're born with it. I think you can nurture it a little bit at a later stage in life, but I think you're born with it. I think you're born with an awareness. I was always really aware as a young kid, really aware of what was going on around me and people, and seeing what was going on around me. But of course, when we're young, we don't realise that life is going to be a challenge. But I remember, as a young kid, whether I was a cub, whether I was in the scouts, or whether I was at school, and I can always remember that even as a young cub, 8 years of age, I wanted to raise the most money on Bob Job Week. I wanted to do the most amount of jobs. I can remember, cycling down the hill on my bike, with buckets and sponges attached to my bike, knocking on doors to wash cars. And Sunday afternoons, most of the kids wanted to be, getting ready for school or, relaxing with their mates. So I can always remember being out, polishing cars, hoovering out and cleaning and earning 2 or 3 quid a car or whatever. And I can remember one time, a client I picked up had 2 really decent cars, and they'd pay me £5 a car. But, to get to them was about 2 miles. And when you're a kid cycling on a bike, it can seem like forever, especially when you're trying to carry buckets and sponges, And I can always remember me buckets falling off the back of my bike and sponges and stuff. But, you get that persistence. And as you grow up, life, it batters you. It tests you, but these tests and these batterings are actually they're lessons. And if you've been on the side of pain, if you've been on the side of experiences where you feel battered in business, and nothing more relevant right now than many business owners during COVID, I think we go through different stages of something happening to us that might not be good for our business or good or successful. And that can happen numerous times, depending on the climate and what's going on. But I think the quicker we get out of, oh, I'm feeling pain or something bad's happened, the quicker in our mind we can convert that into an opportunity. As Alfie, my mentor, will always say, we don't have problems, we have opportunities. And it's so true. The quicker we get ourselves out of this pain of what's happened, and the quicker we can embrace something and change it, the quicker we can move forward. But there are different levels of resilience. There are different levels of persistence in human beings. And I think some human beings that are uber successful, they have something incredible. Last night I was watching, just before we were on air, I was watching about the guy that created CNN, and he was talking about successful entrepreneurs that I think 400 or 500 people he'd interviewed or spoken to about their success, and nearly 2/3 of those people had stayed and slept in their offices. And pretty much anyone who's successful, Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, all the most famous people, entrepreneurs at the moment, they spent so many times, sleeping in their office. Bill Gates, 10 years, he slept in his office, to get things off the ground. And I think out of 2/3 of those success people, they had some form of disciplined sport, whether it be martial arts or whether it be boxing, to give them, that level of discipline. And I've had the great pleasure of the last 18 months to watch Alfie Best go to work. And it's kind of taken my levels of persistence and understanding, to a whole new level of understanding. But don't get me wrong. We all in business get challenges every single day, whether our business is growing and there's growth success pains, or your business is getting some brutal attack like a pandemic, facing closure, shutdown. The best place to be in, as far as I can see from watching Alfie, is the stress of growing your business, not the stress of a business that's under brute force attack from recession or lockdown. And that's what I've been learning in the last 18 months, which way to go, so that I have the stress of growing businesses rather than the stress of the pandemic, which only too well I faced, like many others, when I had to shut down the events, training and education arm of our business on the pandemic. But I think it's built inside you. I think it's something we've got inside us, and we gather strength, I think, from people that's around us. If you hang around with weak-minded people that don't have the skills, experience of business, and you talk to them, you're only ever going to go down to their level. But if you look up and go to someone that has been through, lots of stress, pain, and you ask them, you may not like the answer that they give you, but it's an answer that's going to sort of toughen you up. And I've said being around Alfie's toughened me up somewhat in the last 18 months, because Alfie is very hard in business. You don't go to something like Alfie Best and say, give us a cuddle, mate. Things are tough right now. It just give you a slap. Simply that, in terms of waking you up with your emotions and dealing with what you're facing. But I think you've got to want to.
Do you think everybody have it in them when they are born? Because I believe everybody have it in them when they are born, but during the time they grow up, something happened to them, and somebody break it, or they put a cap on it. They got it out of them. Some of us, they kept it inside. We kept fighting to keep it, but some of us, we thought it's the wrong thing to do, and we just gave it up. Because if we didn't have it in ourselves when we are growing up, no way we would have even start walking. Because as a child, you keep falling off, and you're persistent and not giving up. It helps you to continue, keep repeating the same thing, take the pain, get up again, and start walking. But then some of us, we are walking. That means we had that as a child. And then as a grown up, we don't have it.
For me personally, I think it's always in you. And I think no one can slap it or knock it out of you. I think that if you have a true burning passion to put forward, there is nothing or no one that can knock that passion out of you. There's not. I think that different people go through different levels of challenging childhoods and upbringings. But I think if someone wants to do something, it's inside them. And I don't think anything can knock that out of them. I think we've all got it in us, but certain people lose it or unaware of it, or can be what's the right terminology, their thought process might be slapped down to the point where they submit to somebody else controlling their mind, and I get that and I understand that, and I know what that's like. With when I grew up, in many ways I had a great childhood, and in other ways I had a difficult childhood, not getting the love from a father that you want, or whatever the case may be. But I think if you've got it inside you, there isn't anything that would stop you from pushing forward to achieve. And I think it is that really deep burning desire to just to keep moving forward that you've either got or you haven't. And I think the same can be said about people that are successful in careers. It's the same thing, because mine's obviously from a business point of view, but in careers, you've got people that are driven just to keep climbing the ladder. From the mailroom to the CEO, or to the international CEO of an international company. And you see that as well. I think there's a burning desire and a mindset and a discipline inside the right people that no matter what they face, they will keep going until they achieve what they need to achieve.
People come to me and they said, I had a horrible childhood. I had this. I think you had a horrible childhood as well. You really love your mom. I know you love your mom. And you're trying to not to tell everybody about what happened and everything, I know. But do you think, Bradley, because you had a hard childhood as well, but how come you still have that light in you? Is that because do you think maybe you made a choice of being positive and being like consistent and what you have? Is that a choice? Like, do you think you made a choice? And some of us, we make a choice of not being that and just giving up?
Yeah, I mean, look, in terms of my childhood, I was very blessed. My childhood was very, very blessed. And I'll tell you why I was very, very blessed. It was blessed because my parents' parents come from council estates and born in council estates, raised and lived on council estates. And my parents, wanted to break out of that council estate, and they did. And they were both very successful in business. So for me, certain aspects of my childhood was tough and challenging, but I had a very privileged childhood. But there was something inside me. I think it comes from my mum's side. My mum is this most determined lady that will not let anyone tell her what she can't do or what she shouldn't say. And she will go the route that she needs to go. Take advice, great friends. But I always wanted to achieve something, whether it be being at school and becoming a house captain in junior school, which I greatly enjoyed, although we didn't win the cup much, but I enjoyed being a cub and climbing to being a cub leader. I enjoyed going to school, staying on 1 year in a sixth form and becoming a sixth form chairman. I enjoyed starting my jobs and my careers, and I started I loved helping and training people, coaching and training people. So I think my childhood, in one respect, I had a very blessed childhood. So I was aware, I got exposed to certain things. I'll give you an example. A lot of kids didn't have any experience of traveling anywhere. I was working on markets at a young age in Wembley, in London, some very famous markets. And I was exposed to businesses and factories. But I was just aware. I watched everything, Ali. I'm aware of what's happening around me. I'm intrigued. I want to know the information. I want to know how something works. When I could take a journey in a car and have someone sitting alongside me and they would remember completely different things than I would remember. If I'm driving on the road, I'm looking at the industrial estates, I'm looking at signage, the things that in my mind. So I had a privileged childhood. Yeah. My dad never gave me a recognition.
Maybe because he was busy with the business and running a business and everything, and maybe
I think we're all built differently. But I think it's these things that give you the energy and the drive to push forward, to start your businesses. I mean, look, I was in school. I must have been 14 or something like that. I was selling music tapes to all my mates. I was buying them in London because no one knew where to get them, and getting them in London. And I was selling music tapes at school, Michael Jackson, So I was always ducking and diving, if that makes sense. Yeah. But I think for me, everybody's different. Everybody finds their niche where they want to be. I've had lots of challenges on the way. I built a company when I was 23 to 28. I built a multi-million-pound company, and it was really successful. It was going to go to 10 or 11 million. This is when I was 28, so I'm 50 now. This was, 32 years ago? No, 22 years ago. Yeah, 20. And the Far East crashed, and it cost me everything. And I think when you get hits like that, and 1 minute you've got a company, the next minute, you're on the floor, or you're homeless or something, these are the moments that define you. These are the moments that really start to define what your character is going to be. And I think it's in these challenging moments that you can decide the person that you could be. I mean, your demons,
you were on top of your game. I can see from your YouTube channel, interviewing Les Brown and all these famous speakers and all these motivational speakers and everybody. You were on top of your game, and I think it's quite hard to fall off from there and then try to get yourself up again and then go down again and go up again. This is a proper resilience.
Yeah, listen, I think sometimes we go on a journey of discovery and we try something new, and I'm not afraid to try something. I'm not afraid to get stuck in. And I interviewed a lot. You're talking about a time about 6 years ago. I interviewed a lot of people. I ended up flying out to Canada, speaking on stage, America, Ireland, Poland, and a few other places. But where I'm at today in this last 18 months with Alfie has really changed everything, because when I was looking at the internet a few years ago of all the sort of educators and speakers, for me, that time you're talking about, it all got very cheesy and very fake, very unreal. And when I was speaking on stage and you've got these audiences there, right, and they want to buy a product or service, it just didn't sit right with me that you was motivating, and someone might have been desperate and they're looking at you like, oh my gosh, you're going to change my life, and they'd sign up for a product, but actually 9 out of 10 of them didn't have the skill and the knowledge and the attitude to carry it forward. So that didn't make me
ethically you didn't like the way they was working.
Listen, you can have the best will in the world to want to help someone to move forward, but if they haven't got that persistence and determination to go through that river of crap, that pain you've got to go through to get to somewhere, and if they don't understand it, there's no point even trying to explain it. In the last,
is it possible for them to create it, Bradley?
No, it's not. No, it's not.
They have to have it in them, you think?
They've got to be prepared to do it. There is no, can they do it? Will they do it? Could they grow? You either do or you don't. That's it. There isn't an in between. The in between for me is all the sort of motivational stuff to get you motivated or whatever the case may be. But you've got to engage and execute, and it's the engaging and executing where people give up, because there's a fear of the unknown. There's a fear that I'm not going to be worthy. There's a fear that I'm not going to be able to have the ability to still be sitting at my desk at the office at 9 o'clock at night when I should be at home. At the weekend when my friends are going out, I'm in work. The next 7 days, Ali, I've met some incredible people in the last 18 months, and I've met some incredible people in my life. But I know this. I know that if you're around the people that are successful and they're winners, they don't worry about the economy. They don't worry about lockdown. They don't worry. All they're doing is looking at the opportunities contained within that environment, and they take it forward. And this last 18 months, I'll probably have to write a book, about this journey, watching Alfie Best. But I can tell you, mate, it's not been easy. It has not been easy. And it was only 4 or 5 weeks ago, after this 18-month apprenticeship, did I really work out and understand my position and my place and where I belong and what business I should be really launching. Because we launched in property about a year and a bit ago, events. And obviously after 2 events, we had to shut down because of COVID. We then tried to adjust with Alfie Best Business to help business owners overcome COVID. And all this time, I'm watching Alfie's companies grow, and I'm watching him utilizing opportunities due to the environment. And I'm sitting there sweating, stressing, our event's going to come back. Can I do this? Can I do that? So I got myself into this mindset where I was in an element of doubt, still coming to work, still turning up, still showing up, still delivering, still working with people. But I didn't have a business that, one, I felt really proud of, that 2, I thought was, well, have I got something that's going to be protected from COVID if it comes back, or a viral strain, to this new normal we live in,
which we will have again. We will have it.
But I'm really,
hopefully not, because I don't want people to hate me. But look, we're going to have more.
it is what it is, and we just deal with what's coming at us. Whereas before, I would be worried so much about COVID and basing my life on an unknown of COVID. Now I can honestly say to you, in the last 4 weeks working on a new business and a new business plan, I cannot stop thinking about the business, Ali. I can't stop thinking about the structure and the delivery. Whereas when I was before with Alfie Best Business and the property growth, all I was thinking about is COVID going to come back. Are we going to? And that's my mindset. And I've changed that mindset. And don't get me wrong, the new business has not launched yet. It's about 7 days away. Please God, I've got the strength to deliver it.
Can you tell us about that business? Where are you going now? So what's the plan now?
Yeah, I can't tell you, I can't tell you what the business is yet because it's been launched very professionally, and it is a very professional business. But what I can tell you is this. Obviously being mentored by Alfie, I was very fortunate. I mean, I don't know many people where a multimillionaire, Sunday Times rich list, open up the doors and just come in, sit outside my office or in an office next door to me. And over 18 months, I'll allow you to watch me and I'll help you and shape you can watch.
I paid £32,000 for 1 year to watch one of Alfie's best students.
Yeah.
So you are in a great opportunity. Probably he had to charge you £100,000 to let you just watch him.
No, listen, the education is priceless, and there's never a dull day with Alfie. But I still have to do the work. Alfie is not easy on me. He doesn't want to be easy on me because if I ain't tough enough to be able to take it, then I'm not a good person to be somebody that's going to represent a company, an MD of a company that he's a chairman of. So it's not been easy, but I had to think about, I had to learn at Ali, 18 months I've been learning about property, about Park Home Estates, about residential, about Barbados, about even down to helicopters and the price of helicopters and the cost and the landing fees and how much it costs to fuel these things, and looking at business and structure and mindset. And it was only literally 4 to 6 weeks ago I come up with the idea of I've got it, because I wanted to have a business that didn't take Alfie's time because he's too busy. I can't keep nipping in and taking his time. He's running multi-million-pound deals. I wanted something that was professional. I wanted something that wasn't what I would call cheesy sales and selling on the internet for people, but just signing up to something or other that I didn't feel really proud about, that it was me that was delivering something and I could help people. I wanted to make sure it could be scalable, and also it could make a really major impact. And within the skill, knowledge, and experience that I've got, it could be. So I'm really proud that we've got that. We're working on it now. Actually, there's 4 staff starting on Monday morning. Then a further 5 staff, please God. Then about 4 weeks after that, we're not over the hill yet. We've got about 7 days ish to launch. But I'm 18 months of being around Alfie, and 18 months of bloody hard work, relentless, more than most people will ever know, actually. But the ones that are successful, they know what it takes, and they already know. So this.
Well done, mate, and congratulations for your hard work. You said to me you got an appointment with somebody, so I'm looking at the time. I can't ask you any more questions. Thank you for being here today, being with us.
And no, you're right. You're right. You got another 7. You got another.
Am I okay? You said to me 20.
Another 7 minutes or so. But I wanted to say something to you, Ali. Do you know I've watched you now for quite a few months and developing, and I got to say, I would rather be working and talking with someone who keeps trying to adjust and move forward than someone that lays down, gives up, and doesn't. Because it's only by showing up like you're doing and like I'm doing do we make the mistakes, or do we learn the lessons and the tweaks to hone our business or businesses to move forward. And every single day you turn up, you show up, you're broadcasting, you're doing something, you're trying to move forward. And again, in a very uncertain world right now, but there are opportunities. And when you believe in yourself like we do, you naturally keep moving forward, even if you haven't got a refined answer. And I think this is one of the other things that's really important about this persistent, focused, determined attitude. So many people fear doing something because they think they're going to look a fool or an idiot, or they might fail. Yeah. And because of that, by default, they've already failed, because you will make mistakes. You may look a fool to certain people, but as long as you as an individual keep moving forward, stay humble, try and keep as respectful as you can, even though at times you're going to get attacked in all directions and have some beautiful things happen to you in other directions. If you don't sharp, if you don't get up, if you don't keep moving forward, you'll never get to that place where you want to be. So I just wanted to say to you, thank you for what you do, because I know the new book's coming out for you, and I know that the new program's coming out for you. I'm excited because I know you're just going to keep developing and developing and developing. And actually, you're a guy that's open to critique, and you're a guy that's open to moving forward. Me too. I mean, I know sometimes when Alfie says something,
that's the only way we can improve, isn't it? So.
It is, but you know, when you're being critiqued, it's not easy. You're like me; we're very similar. When someone critiques you, straight away you're thinking, you know, you want to defend yourself. You know, I was with Alfie on Saturday. I was having a chat with him. I had some quality time with him, which was really nice. It's quite rare now; he's so busy. And he suggested something to me about the way that I think or I'm acting. And straight away on my mind, I was getting ready to defend myself. And he said, I can see you're already starting in your mind to defend yourself. Just let it go. It doesn't matter about what you want to defend yourself with. Just listen to the life lessons and apply it. So albeit we're not live yet in the new business, I'd love to show it to you. I really would. It really is something that I think is going to be quite fantastic. And the thing is, I always wanted to help change lives. I wanted to create wealth. I wanted to be really proud about what I'm doing. It's very important to me. And I wanted to be able to use my training and coaching skills. And I've got something. It will.
Does it make you feel excited, Bradley, inside?
I can't stop thinking about it, Ali. I can't.
If that's how you feel, is the right one.
I cannot stop. I got woken up last night in my dream at 3 a.m. and I had to get up and just write down.
I came downstairs 4 o'clock in the morning and I couldn't wait to write it down on a piece of paper. What's my next move?
Yeah, I mean, when you're excited and if you're in creative mode, your ideas will come when they come. And when the ideas come, you can't say, like, I'll go to sleep, because you can't sleep. It literally will keep you awake. And then you have to get it out, and you've got to write it down or get the thought. And once it's written down and it's out of your head, and get paper, back to sleep. But this comes back to persistent and focused determination, because sometimes we don't know where we're going, and we don't know what we don't know until we know it.
Until you don't try it. Until you don't try, you don't know. You know,
but by trying,
as we said last session as well, you know, the only way is to fight. fight, and see who's gonna win. That's what Harry Hill says all the time.
It is true. But the person you're fighting with is yourself. Yeah. You're fighting yourself. You know, it's like you've got a boxing ghost twin opposite you.
Yeah, shadow boxing. I call it business shadow boxing.
Business shadow boxing, right? And you know, when you're feeling a bit tired, and like I'm now, my eyes are closing now. I've had some long days.
I know all day you've been really busy today, so I appreciate you being here today.
No, listen, I appreciate your time, sir. I just want to share as well that this moment is a really transitional moment, and you know, I'm very thankful for a number of people actually that supported me at different times, from girls that I know that are good friends of mine, to my mum, to my family, Alfie, and other people. Because if you don't have support around you and people that do care for you, even though at times you're going to get tough love, you need those to give you a little bit of encouragement now and again, just to keep going when that energy is low, just to keep, you know, moving forward when you're a bit knackered or a bit battered. But that will to fight and survive, it's in you, it's inside you, and you can survive, you can grow. Rest if you must, but just keep moving forward. And I hope that between next week, when we go live on the business, and perhaps at the end of the year in December, you know, we'll be able to show you the business growing, moving forward. You know, take.
We look forward to hear it.
But it is exciting. I'm very pleased. It's not been easy. My gosh, Ali, I'm jumping all over the place in my mind in the last 18 months. Obviously, when I started property, I knew exactly what I was doing. I had a vision. Bang, COVID come, it shattered it. And then it was just a case of trying all these different things and learning and education and going to different places. What I will tell you, is this, that the business that I've chosen, I could have chosen a couple of things. It could have been, in the property growth training sector. It could have been purely in business, or it could have been obviously in park home estates and holiday parks, park home estates and holiday parks and leisure parks industry. I can tell you, it is one of those.
I hope it's Sylvia publishing my book.
It is one of those. But seriously, thank you for having us on the show. I really appreciate it. It's always great to talk to you, and I can't wait for your book to come out and your new program. I'll be the first one down there supporting you when the training happens, brother. So
thank you very much. Thank you very much for coming to this program and let me interview you. And you know what? You got so much great story to tell, and I just wonder why you don't tell nobody.